there, guys and gals. This is Barbie Figueroa with RiseMarketingAndDesign.com, and thank you so much for watching my video. Well, recently I had someone message me saying, Barbie, I'm a visual person and I like my emails to look pretty, and I have no idea how to make my emails look pretty inside of Mailingboss, which is the autoresponder inside the all-in-one digital marketing platform that I use to build my business, which is Builderall. And so I was like, okay, I totally am with you on that one. I'm very visual. And to be honest, your visual branding, although it is not the most important thing, it is very important, because when someone, like, let's say, for example, lands on your website, boom, within 3 seconds, they've already made kind of like this internal decision of whether they like you or not, or whether they want to proceed or not. It is kind of just like this silent communication tool, much like your face, which is a silent communication tool. When we see smiles and when we see expressions on our face, your website is kind of the same thing. It's like wearing a nice outfit, okay? And so everything should start becoming congruent inside of your visual branding, whether it's on your website, your funnels, and your emails as well, so that your brand stays consistent all across social media platforms. So in this video, what I want to do is I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to start sprucing up your Mailingboss emails, specifically if you're using Builderall, or if you haven't checked out Builderall and you are looking into it, then stay tuned, because in this video, I am going to do a tutorial for you to show you how you can start making your Mailingboss emails look prettier. So if that's something that interests you, then keep on watching. Again, this is Barbie Figueroa with RiseMarketingAndDesign.com. Please take just one little moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would truly, truly appreciate that. All right, guys and gals, so let's dig right into it. We're going to be using two tools today as I walk you through this tutorial. We're going to be using Canva, which is where I basically do like all my visual graphics and stuff like that. So if you haven't checked out Canva, or if you're not using Canva yet, I highly encourage you to do so. And if you haven't started using it yet, I do encourage you to use Canva for work, because you're going to get a lot more for your money and you're going to be able to do a lot more things. Okay, so if you need a link for Canva, I will have it right over here on the screen, or you can check it out in my description box right below this video. The second tool we're going to be using is Builderall. So if you haven't activated a 14-day free trial of Builderall yet and you want to check it out, I will encourage you to go ahead and click on the link right here so that you can activate a 14-day free trial, or again, you can check it out inside of the description box right below this video. All right, guys and gals, so let's go and start making your emails look prettier.
Right, so let's get to making our emails looking prettier. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to Canva, and we want to create an email header template for our emails. Now, again, if you don't have Canva, I highly encourage you to do Canva for work. It's like $12.95 a month, but definitely well worth it. I've been using it for years, and I just literally couldn't do without it. So it's one of those tools that it's just must have for me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select the email header, but I want you to start with a very solid foundation. Before you even create email headers, websites, sales funnels, any of that stuff for your visual branding part of your personal brand, you really should establish a brand palette. Now, here's just a little sneak preview of just some of the stuff that I work on my stuff, but you'll see that there is a theme for my colors. Like, I have this real pretty coral, and then this deep purplish blue, yellow, and this is just part of my brand palette, so that every single thing that I create in my business ties back to this brand palette. Okay, now I do have a course. I'm basically going to be revamping that course. It's called Color Branding for Beginners. But I'm going to knock off a few dollars off of it because it's still on another platform. And until I transfer it over into the Builderall e-learning, it's housed over there. So if you want to learn how to establish your own brand palette and you want to check out that course, I have it on a discounted rate at the moment when you're watching this video. So make sure to check it out. The original price is $27, but I knocked off a few dollars from it if you want to pick that up. The content is still relevant, but I just need to move everything over. But it's over there if you want to check it out. Otherwise, another thing we can do is go over here into Canva, and we can start with a brand kit. Now, you see I already have my branding kit. This was my old branding kit, and now this is my new brand palette. And so what I did was I started a new brand. So you can add a new brand kit. And what I want to do is I want to add to the sample brand kit real quick, just so that we have a cohesive look. Like, I don't want to show you things like half-stepped. I want to show you need to build a solid foundation for your brand from the get-go, okay? And that includes your color palette. So I'm going to just go simply here and add and discover palettes. I'm just going to pick something that Canva creates for me. I'm not going to put too much thought into it. If it was me, I would definitely research a little bit more, look at photos, look at, the vibe that you want to create, infuse your own personality, your likes and everything into your color branding palette. So I go a little bit deeper into that inside of my color branding for beginners course. So if you want to check that out, you can go ahead and do that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and pick out a color palette here that kind of gets my attention. So, let me go with this one. Let's go with salmon sushi. Okay. So that automatically created a brand color palette. Now we may not use all the colors here, but we have something to work with. Okay. And then over here, I am just going to create a font palette. I'll just use this one, and I will use this one. Okay. And then I will use maybe this one. Okay, so that is it. That's all I want to start with. So let me go to my brand kits, and now it'll be here, my sample brand kit. Okay, so now we have established a font palette, so now we can get to work, right? Like, if you're gonna redesign your house, the first thing you do is you go to like Sherwin-Williams or Home Depot, right? And you pick out your color palette first, and that's how you build everything else in the room. So this is the same exact thing. So let's go to home. All right. And we're going to select the email header. Okay. So let's go ahead and create the email header. And we're just going to make this really simple. Boom. I'm just going to pick this one. And I am going to put my picture in here. So let me go to my uploads, and let me go ahead and select one of my photos. Let me see if this will fit in here. Okay. So I'm going to just crop it so that it fits in there. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pick one of the colors from my brand palette. Okay. So let me go ahead and select this brand palette, and I am going to select that one. And this font, I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to maybe pick this one, which is very similar. All right. And if I want, I can even change this out to this color, or if I want to do that, I can do that, or if I can do that. Okay. But I think I'm going to just keep it light, and I'm actually going to change this to this one or this one. No, I'm going to leave it back there. Okay. And then I'm going to change the font to the one that I selected. So let's see that one. I don't like that one. Okay. That looks good. And that's it. Okay. The main thing to really understand is cohesiveness, right? You want like a continuity in your visual branding all across all social media platforms. So now when I do my YouTube thumbnails, when I do my any banners that I put on my blog, when I do any graphics on social media, an Instagram story, whatever, I will follow this color palette. Okay. Now this isn't the greatest color palette for my palette, but I just put a picture in there. So I highly encourage that, pick branding colors that really align with the things that you like. Okay. I like my brick background. I like this beautiful royal blue. And so I built my whole branding, my new branding palette around that. Okay. So, but this gives us a great start. Okay. So I'm going to put here Barbie Figueroa, and then whatever your tagline is, we'll put here digital marketing coach plus top affiliate. Okay. And we'll just leave it there. And then I will put like my website right below. And I'm going to use this one here. And then just put here Rise Marketing, and Design.com. Rise Marketing and Design.com. Okay. And I'm going to use maybe the yellow in the branding palette. Okay. Or maybe I'll put it down here and change the color to this. Okay. So something very simple. Okay. If I had more time, I would definitely, you know, spend more time really making this look really nice. But let me see. I almost like that better. Okay. We're going to leave it like that. Okay. So that is your branding palette. So now, boom, we got this down. Here we go. Email header. Okay. And now you're going to want to download that. Now, what I highly encourage you to, here's another tip. I don't know what, if you use Dropbox or like Google Drive or whatever, but start creating folders for your like branding pictures. That way, when you start, you know, creating all these branding assets for your personal brand, you have everything in a folder where it's easy to find it once you are working in another platform. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work inside of Builderall so that I can show you how to add this to your emails. Okay, first let's download this real quick. And I'm just going to put this in my downloads. And now we'll go to Builderall. All right, so here I am inside of my Builderall back office, and I'm going to go to my Mailingboss. Now, I am still using the original Mailingboss. I have not upgraded to Mailingboss 5.0 simply because it's still in beta, and I already know how to use the regular Mailingboss, and I absolutely love it. I really enjoy it. I've been using it for a few years now, so I know how it works really, really well. So if you come over here, you can actually create templates, okay? You can create a template, right? So I can go here and create a new template. There's a few ways to do this. I can create a new template and I can come over here and I can drag this over here, okay? And now what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to come over here where the gear is. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change the layout so that it's just a little bit wider. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add that image that we just created in there. So let me go to my downloads, and here it is. Okay, and something as simple as that, okay, something as simple as that can just take your branding to the next level. Now, the cool thing is you can even change your background color. So this is where I say this is why you need to have your branding palette, because your branding palette will govern everything that you do online. So let me come over here and let's go to the branding kit. So let's say I want to change the background of my email. I can come over here and grab this hex code, come over here, and I can change the color, right? So now it'll change this to this color. And so then I can change the font if I want. I wouldn't recommend really doing that, but and you can change these colors as well. You can go ahead and just play with this, okay? So right there, we are looking way better than before. So now there's a few other things that you can do. Like you can go ahead and let's say you want them to sign up for your offer. You want them to go somewhere. We can put a button over here. And now we can go ahead, go back to our brand palette. And maybe we want to use this one now. So we're going to come over here. And we're going to put this in here and say something like, visit my website. And so then over here, you want to put your website link, okay? So now it's starting to look more like branded. The peach on peach, I would probably change it because I would like it to contrast, even though I really do like the peach. But it might be too much peach over here. But you can go ahead and play with it, okay? You can make it, change it the way you like. So always you can come over here to the little gear and go to layout options. And let me go back, and I think I'm going to use something different. Maybe I'll use this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one instead. That way there's a little bit more of a contrast. All right. And it's a little easier on the eyes. So now we're starting to build things out. Okay. Now there's so many cool things that you can add to your Mailingboss template. Maybe you want people to know that you have your YouTube video already up. Things like that. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. All right, so now when it looks the way you want it to look, you come over here and you put the name for it. So I'm just going to put sample template and click on save. And then when I come over here and let's say I want to send a broadcast email, I can create a new email. And I'm just going to put test. And I'm going to put a broadcast. I'm going to pick a list. And I'm going to go save it next. Okay. And now you can go ahead and select the template that you just created. Choose. Okay. And now it already start your email with a template. Now, this is only going to work with the broadcast emails where you can call in a template. If you are doing an email sequence, you will need to create this for your emails for the email sequence, because from what I recall, you can't bring up a template inside of the email sequence, but you can always still, bring in your branding. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that really quickly. So we'll go back to campaigns and we'll go to email sequence and just say we want to create a new sequence. Sample test. And we want to go ahead and pick that same one and save and edit. Now you'll see here, it doesn't let you bring in a template, but you can still make it a little bit bigger. You can still, change your background color. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. You're going to drag in your header, load your image, insert your email header, etc., etc., and then just build those. Now, here is a quick tip. You still can copy. So let's just go welcome message. Okay, let's just leave it like that real quick. Done. All right. So let me go ahead and come back to my email sequences. And you see I have my sequence here. It's my first email. I can duplicate it. And then I can put email 2. Save it next. And boom, I already have my template already in there. Okay, so instead of creating a new one every single time, then all you have to do is duplicate it from the actual email campaign. Okay, so you're going to come over here to email sequence. And now you see I have 2 of them. But the first one, I have to start it from scratch. I can't call it in from a template. So let's say I want my 3rd email. I call it email number 3. It already knows. Save and next. Boom. Okay. Now, if you do it this way, you can probably go ahead and change your template from here. Okay. But that is the workaround for bringing in your template when you are doing an email sequence. Okay. So let me go ahead and save and next. And save and next. And I'm just going to click save. We're going to go back to the email sequence. So now we'll see all 3 of them here. So now that's how you would do it. That's how you would take that shortcut and duplicate the template to keep all your, design aspects in there. If you're doing an email sequence, if you are doing a broadcast, you can just bring out the template from the get-go. Okay? So let's do it one more time so that you can see this is email number 4. This is for your email sequence. This is for your autoresponder. This is for your follow-up emails. Okay? Save and next. And then boom, it already has a template in there. So you see how that works? You got to establish the first one, copy it. Then from there, you can bring in the template, then copy it, and then boom, boom, then it'll be there. Otherwise, if you try to do one by one, every email one by one, because that's the way I used to do it, then you would have to start over and over and over again. But if you go back to email sequence, duplicate it, and do it the way that I just showed you, then you will save yourself a bunch of time when you're doing email sequences, okay? When you're doing with broadcast, you bring in the template, establish a template, bring it in. When you're doing email sequences, you have to start with a foundation, duplicate, and then that is how you can get your branding integrated into your emails.
All right, guys and gals. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it sparked some creativity. And to be honest with you, if you're an attraction marketer, right, if you are using mediums like social media, content marketing like blogging, articles, videos, things like that, you are building a personal brand that ultimately will start gaining people's trust, so that as you start to build your audience, you will be able to not only sell to your audience, but you will be able to scale. And you're going to want to start like shifting your mindset into, I'm not just here to make money online, I am here to build a brand. And because you're building a personal brand, you want to be recognized across all social media platforms. You want a congruency in your visual branding as well as your message and your marketing. So having your emails look pretty is not something that's like, oh wow, that's so petty. No, it is important, because when you hit people's inbox, you want them to instantly recognize you through the look that you have on your emails, websites, funnels, etc. Now, if you really want to establish a foundation in personal branding, I highly encourage you that if you haven't taken it already, you go through my 5-day How to Sell Without Selling challenge over at www.risebrandingacademy.com. I take you through 5 days of training on how to start laying the foundation for building a personal brand that people know, like, and trust, so that you can make more sales without feeling like a pushy salesperson. So if you haven't checked it out, it's totally free. Go ahead and enroll right now at www.risebrandingacademy.com and check it out. All right, guys and gals. Well, hopefully this video helped you. If you have any questions or comments regarding today's video, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted the next time that I upload a video to my YouTube channel. So with that being said, this has been Barbie Figueroa with RiseMarketingAndDesign.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another video. Bye.